Oh, hi, hello. Slightly worse quality Cage TV here because my dad is very cold and he's resting because it's the holidays and he needed my big heavy blanket that I usually record with. So I've got a kind of lighter blanket. It'll do. Um, what you're seeing right now is crappy B-roll footage of a video that I never really finished of just me doing shit in TF2 and you hear my voice because I figured well, I think I'd like to use Keach TV2 or the Absolutely Crazy Stuff as more of a kind of archival channel. Because, I upload a bunch of shit there when I'm kind of feeling hedonistic and want to make a bunch of crap. But I figure so the occasional kind of, I don't know, archival thing would figure as good as well. It's not going to be like some smelly commentary channel or some shit like that. I figure one video I really want to make where it's just me talking is looking at a bunch of my old Minecraft worlds. There's one in particular that me and my best friend we just made growing up, and I think that'll be a real treat to go look back on. But this video, have I lost anyone's attention yet? Probably. I am trying to keep it down because it's about fucking 2 in the morning, and this is the only time I can record well sometimes because everyone's in the house. You know how it is, that weird position between like the joy of Christmas and then like the slope in between it until you get to New Year's. But I want to record this. This is sort of mostly for the reasons of looking back in it because some people might know this, but I've been talking about 2023 a good bit, but kind of hyping it up because I get high hopes for the year. I really hope 2023 is where things really start to get better because I don't know, no Voyager season 2, but you might have noticed I've been putting a lot more work into just the kind of cartoons I do. I've been getting better. I've been more ambitious than them. We're getting a lot more people involved. And I'd really like to keep that up for 2023. I'd really like to just go the extra mile. Because I get two options. I'll cut to the chase. Either um, Either I go away. Well, sorry, I'm getting caught in my words here. I hate it when people do that. There's no excuse for me. Both of my little plans I have for 2023, they're gonna eventually wind up with me going to study animation more because I'm dead serious about it, right? Unless something happens or I have a sudden change of heart, I am pretty confident I'm gonna spend the rest of my life doing cartoons, which is a curse and a blessing because at least I know what I'm doing. But oh god, why did I choose to work in the animation industry? Anyway, so either I move away now to further education in animation, or I wind it back a bit and I just spend all of 2023 kind of doing what I love. Like I do voice acting, I work in animation, I make stuff for Keach TV. All of those hopefully would end up with money, so I'm not putting a strain on my parents or anything, or I'm not fucking just laying about picking my belly button and making clone troopers animate, that kind of shit. Because last year I'd say I've been kind of paid to do animation before, not really, but last year was my first kind of proper gig where I was paid a kind of decent sum. I pitched a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about, but I made a cartoon. Um, Hopefully I'm not doxing myself here, but I made a cartoon for my local council, which was made in the budget of a documentary film, but I kind of had to like pitch it that way so I could get a cartoon made. I was pretty lucky to get that done. I was in the right place at the right time with some people I knew, and it worked out. And that gave me confidence. The cartoon isn't the best overall because there wasn't much of a budget, and I had to make it in a pretty small time scale. But I did my best, working that along with college and Keys TV. And I get paid for some other things like voice acting. But money talks, but like at the same time, I think it's experiences what matters because that's a job, and that's a job I did good at. Well, I hope I did good at. I'm always looking to improve. Maybe in a few years I'll look back at this and think it's shit, but something I did, and that's given me confidence. It's made me realize that I can go from just it's not made me realize it's always been the plan, but it's made me really think. I can go from making fucking shitty episodes of Transformers Voyager Season 1 with bad mixing and voice actors who were given it like a half-hour's job, me included. And I can go from that to just, a substantial living off it if I just know what I'm doing, keep my head up and working away. This could all be me looking back at this in 5 years. This could all be the naive delusions of a moron. But I gotta go somewhere, and I gotta stay positive to get somewhere, right? So, to recap, because that was total worship. Either next year I disappear totally because I'll be away halfway across the country in a place I don't know, getting used to that and getting used to probably a pretty non-stop kind of cycle of classes and education, or I take a step back because uh, I like to be nice, but the past few years of the college I've been at, it's been a bit of a mess. Post-COVID kind of education, it's not faring well, and I don't know what it must have been like before 2020, but I've been pretty pessimistic. I've done my best anyway because there's always an opportunity to animate and learn. And I mean, college has got a library that's about like 2 floors. Not to be a big smelly nerd, but you got to take advantage of that. And then the people as well, all that. Just the whole kind of. I'm lucky to get to college, but at the same time, I've been let down. A lot of other people in the class have been let down, and that has made me pretty anxious about going forth and spending like another 2-3 years of my life not having a job. Well, not like a proper job. Ooh, you hear that voice crack? Not having a proper job and still being in education that maybe won't be the best for me, and I'd just be better off having a job. So I think ideally I would really like to just take a step back because I don't want to get into it, but the more I fucking think about school and education, last few years of high school, I was not a happy camper. When I was kind of starting up Voyagers and getting serious at Cage TV, that was when I was really annoyed at school. So maybe the passion bled into that, and that's why, I was able to get so many videos out back then. But I was just less busy around that time as well. But yeah, I think it'd be nice for the first time in probably since I was about 3 or 4 to not be in some kind of educational thing. Just to have it my own way, as much as my own way as I can get it, and just make my own choices and work on what I want to work on. Be not necessarily self-employed because I'll be dictated on what to do by what jobs are out and YouTube revenue and all that crap. But I'd like to, well, yeah, not to beat around the bush and talk shit. I'd like to, fucking be in control for once. I'd like to. God, this sounds a lot stronger in my mind, but it's quiet, it's dark, I'm tired. I'm coming off as a bit meek here, aren't I? But I'd like to just have that kind of freedom without some prick who's like 40 years older than me telling me what to do. Which, no offense, but that's the way it is, isn't it? And there's a lot of things I'd like to get done. Obviously I'd like to work in Cage TV, but I'd like to finish Voyagers, is what I'm saying. I'd like to finally get that done and stop having 7,000 12-year-olds comment my videos, and I'm glad it's a compliment that they care, but at the same time, it's sometimes I'm not kidding, I'll lay awake at night like, fuck, I'm running out of time, I'm gonna be 27 and still working in this fucking cartoon, this fucking Transformers stop motion, and that's a dumb worry that just goes away, because it's not the end of the world, but it'd be satisfying to get it done, because there's been a lot of people involved with this, not too many, but I'd like to finish for myself and them, and to just say I did it, because it's about fucking time. I started the story, I might as well finish it. As well as that, I'd like to get just a lot more kind of more original stuff in Cage TV. I've been talking to other people, I've been talking to just pals, other guys. Just I want to. Yeah, that's sounding weird, cool in my head. I hope no one's turning this video off now because I sound like a fucking idiot, but I'd like to get a lot more done. 2D animation, original animation, just a lot more with a lot more kind of less limits. Just a lot more less limits. Really pushing it to see how far I can get, because I'd have so much more time to work on this and think about it, and a lot more time to practice and all that kind of stuff. Because as much as people don't like the bumper videos that I put out, they, in retrospective, now that the year's kind of wrapping up, um, they've really helped me stay on top, because animation takes a while, right? In college, blah blah blah, and real life shit that I won't talk about because telling you shit, right? But that kind of stuff gets in the way. And just making like a wee kind of 10-second video every week, that's really helped. I've learned things from them. I've experimented with them. I don't care if like you don't watch Base Ed 1, because if you notice as the Base Ed 1 videos go on and like the video was kind of contemporary to them, the animation's getting better, the skills are getting better. Sure, I might fuck up a few times because I'm stressed or running out of time, but I am getting better. And it's because I've been practicing, I've been kind of strategizing. I don't know why. I barely make money from YouTube. I make like, if I'm lucky, I'll make, I'll get a paycheck every once in a while, right? But I did really strategize about it for a good while. I was thinking what to do, when to upload. The compilations were a pretty obvious kind of sign that I was trying to buy myself time while also, making making a little bit of money, making it worth my while, that kind of thing. Maybe I'm taking it too seriously, but there's a real passion there, and I think that's probably what pushes me to make those decisions about like, I need to get these videos out at this time and this day, and make sure if I'm running out of time, I can just put a compilation video up. And even I feel kind of ashamed about that kind of shit. But I promise, if my plan works out and I play all my cards right and everything falls into place and I'm not dead or nothing tragic happens or the world doesn't end, then 2023 could be a really good year. It could be the year where I just get so much done. I really express who I am in the moment and everything that's built up to it. And I wouldn't say end Cage TV, but I leave it in a good note, because I've always kind of talked in private with friends and all that about like, this won't last forever because I'm gonna have to move on and just life changes and all that, and I want to always have the time to just say, "Whoop! I got to make a new Base Ed 1 video for my 230 fans." I got a life, and the older I get, everyone's getting older. Everyone from the kind of scene when I started doing Transformers, stop motion kind of stuff, you can see some people have just stopped entirely. They've found something better to do. They've maybe changed the way the things they want to do. And the people who are still here, sometimes you feel a bit of empathy. I'm not saying like everyone who makes Transformers and stop motions is a sad case. I mean, you can see that for me, but oh god, I just vomited everywhere. But I get the feeling that if I want to get better and better, and I want to make sure that passion keeps up with me as I age, then I can't do Transformers videos forever. Because the older I get, the more fucking frustrated I get at Transformers fans. Let's be real. Sometimes I'll just find myself on a bad day, just really annoyed at how it's just literal children, and I shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't be getting annoyed at kids who think, fucking, there's a deeper lore to the Michael Bay films or whatever shit. I just think if I stay in this scene too long, I'll lose my mind, right? And even though I think Transformers is one of the best things ever, there's so much passion, it's so underrated, and it's so unique, and it hits all the marks. There's more to life, So what I'm saying is, I hope I can look back at this video and have achieved everything I wanted to achieve. Maybe not in 2023, maybe in 2024, maybe it'll age. I don't want it to age poorly, but if it ages poorly, then here's me recorded it so you can all see. If I'm in my 30s and fucking still making Voyagers Season 2, Episode 12, right, you can send this video to me and I'll cry. But if I'm You know, if I have a stable job, or maybe I become an astronaut, or maybe I run away to an island somewhere and I get internet connection. I look back at this video and I can be happy, right? This 15 fucking minutes, Christ. This video dragged on a bit, right? I don't know if you listen to it or not, but the more of these I'll make, I'll probably be a lot more concise in how I talk. I think I get it from my parents. Like you ask them something, they give you a 15-page essay. You know, it's made me very expressive. My words, but the older you get, the more it grades. Yeah, I still love them. Big kisses. Don't know how to end this video. I like Transformers, but not that much. 2023, I'll show you how much I like what I like to make. I'll see you later, right? Happy New Year.